Suamanya alasebaka wamakwe kumbuza ntani gwewesiga. You knew from the very start into chino jawalio chiraza dunda. Very intentional. You knew from the very start. Olugero lwange ragwalutia dunda. Oli mwesigwa yesunkwetaga. I need you. Oli namanyi. Oli mwesigwa erankweyanza. I need you. Oli namanyi. Oli mwesigwa yesunkwetaga. I need you. Oli namanyi. Oli mwesigwa chenvankwetaga. I need you. Oli namanyi. Oli mwesigwa from the very start. Chino kiwalio chilaza dunda. Very intentional. You knew from the very start. Olugero lwange lunagwalutia dunda. Oli mwesigwa yesunkwetaga. I need you. Oli namanyi. Oli mwesigwa yesunkweyanza. I need you. Oli namanyi. Oli mwesigwa yesunkwetaga. I need you. Oli namanyi. Oli mwesigwa yesunkwetaga. I need you. Oli namanyi. Oli mwesigwa yesunkwetaga. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Yesunkwetaga. Yesunkwetaga. Hope you're doing well. I am here and I am alive. What is important is to be alive. Looking at the goodness of God in the land of the living. You can only do much when you are breathing. When you're not breathing, it's gonna be a little bit tight. And your actions are very important while you're working with people. So be very careful out there. Because if you're not raised in a culture that apologizes, you're going to start hiding and shying away all the time. I guess it's everywhere in the world where people hurt people and they don't apologize. Then they send people into depression and say they're advocates of mental issues. I do not know which mental issues you're talking about, but I love knowing the cause of mental issues in people's lives. And I told you I am after every cause of any sickness in anyone's life. There are people who are not supposed to be sick. But because the devil was given the power through sin and disobedience, when we disobey, the devil takes legal tender in people's lives, and people are affected through their actions. How you treat people is very important. God is going to put different people on your journey. Now, if you think you're going to behave unruly and immoral in people's lives and all you do is run away, I pray for you, because you're still going to meet the same, you're going to attract the same type of energy out there. And if you think you flew out of the saucepan, you're going to fall in another one and another one and another one until you are in the fire that you keep causing and running away without stopping the fire. You start the fire, you stop the fire. And women are good at that. We have a habit of destroying people, then we run away. And after destroying people, we close the door. And we love defending ourselves. You call others toxic. Toxicity attracts toxicity. If you're not toxic, why attract toxic people? Before I call anyone toxic in my life, I have to check myself. And I'm like, why is it that me all the time, I attract people who are toxic? It means I carry the toxicity. It means you flock with the same birds of your kind. You look for your own kind. It's like buying chicken and you're going to have a farm. And in the chicken, they send you an eagle. Flying is going to be difficult for that eagle. But at a particular age, it's going to fly, like it or not. And it will struggle so much. Why? It's not in its nature to eat things that are down. It's not in its nature. It's not in its nature. Yeah, you can take it, it will adapt because it has no choice. But it's going to struggle a lot. When you adoption, oh God. When you adopt someone's child, when you adopt a baby, it is easy to teach the baby whatever you want. But if you get that child at the age of 4, and when they get to the age of 13, you're going to see things developing in the child. The bloodline is going to look for that child. That child is going to start behaving like the family where they come from. It's in the bloodline. When you go anywhere in the world, a Nigerian is a Nigerian, born there or not. If your parents are 100% Nigerians, Nigeria is going to pop. And even if one of the parents is not Nigerian, the Nigerian blood is going to follow. I want you to look at those who are, we call them half-castes. Meaning, you're half Nigerian, you're half Ugandan. You're half Nigerian, you're half American. There are those who are born in the US, but both the parents are Nigerian. It's only the location that is giving you the mandate to be an American. That you're born in. They say you're born in. Then you have a birth certificate that you're an American because you're born in America. But you're not given birth to by the blood. The original Americans are Red Indians. Meaning everyone in America is an immigrant. And they've been extinct. There are very few now. And where did they come from? Can you tell us where they came from? I have seen people who are born in Uganda, but they are Kenyans. Trust me, it's in the blood. Then there are those who go to Kenya when they are toddlers. They will speak Swahili throughout, but the Muganda in them will pop. The Munyoro in them will pop. They will always want to know where they come from. You've gotten children and they start asking questions. As a parent, don't hide the ethnicity, the right one. Why? On their journey to wherever they are going, it's going to disturb them. The Israelites struggled. Why do we want history to keep repeating itself? The fact that you change location, you don't belong there. You will die an immigrant. You will get a passport through naturalization. You deny naturalization, you deny your own country and acquire the citizenship of another country. By birth, they went to, your mother left her originality of the location and went to another country to give birth. Then you're also going to be an American. Then there are those, they get married to Americans. You're still a Nigerian, you're married to an American. You got the passport because of marriage. So, still you're going to behave like where you come from. You're going to get tired. You're going to get tired of those wigs. And you're going to cut your hair short. Because what? You have the kinky hairstyle. You're going to get tired of the wanting to look like. Why should I look like? Why should I hide my original identity? Why? Oh, I hear to look. That is not looking beautiful. That is being ignorant. Because you're trying so hard to fit in. That is a slave mentality. Why would I change the way I sound? Why? They have to get used to the way I sound, the way I pronounce my words. I'm not born and raised here. And if I was born and raised here, I would want to know where I come from, because people who don't know where they come from are lost. I don't want to be lost. I want to have an identity. And now when I gave my life to Christ, that gives me a bigger version of who I am. No one should tell me what I am. Most of you are waiting for the pastor to tell you who you are. It is you as a parent to raise your child into that, so that when they get old in age, no one confuses them into joining rotten things. There is a child I looked at and I was so sad. Their parent got citizenship many years ago in the US. And the homes that are broken marriages. Oh, you people have given us products of broken children. The kids are lost. I looked at the boy and I'm like, Lord, what happened? The problem is coming from a broken home. You start to look for an identity where you fit. And parents say that I hear, I am Musimanya investing in your music, I am investing in your sports. You allow the kid to go with every ruckus. What happened to the Jesus you started with? The kid looks like a prisoner. Why would I allow my kid to all be tattooed? The earrings, the boys, the hair, the nose is a pindi. That is a mentality of a prisoner. What image? The image of God. Oh, Lord. Kids are so lost. Echinyiza abazungu bwe babeera lost, babeera mentally disturbed. Africa, pana. You people are doing badly. And we have to like the kids' things on Instagram or Facebook. You know, when you like someone's thing, it is an affirmation into vyokolo oli kumuzuli. Mkwano. Parents, you're the very people who are soaking your kids into the rottenness, and you blame it on government. Then you blame it on schools. You're always there to blame. I left my child. You left. What is your part as a parent? I saw the kid and I'm like, really? You know, in the morning we talked about braces. I have nothing against braces, but I'm helping those who are giving birth to kids. Parents, what I meant, pay attention to the details of your child. When someone wears braces, their teeth is not aligned right. And there are many causes of teeth not being aligned. You give your kids pacifiers. A child is not meant to use a pacifier. You're looking for easy way out. When the time for a child gets there for them to remove their milk teeth, as a mother, you pay attention. But mama, you're too busy. You're in the ministry, the church. You're the one in the business conference. You're the one in Ismanya. You have to travel abroad. Did you leave the child with Nnakimera, who is your maid? Nnakimera is not the mother. There are very few maids who carry a motherly heart. Nnakimera is there to look for money. Like some of you went to school because you want money. I invested in myself. I became a certified accountant. You were looking for money. That is why you cannot work for free. You cannot give back. Everything you post, you want us to pay for it. And some of us contributed to your education. Manange. And you don't go back to say thank you to the countries that are educating you. Most of you are government workers. You get scholarships. You get grants. Do you go back to say thank you to your sponsors? Your fathers cannot afford. If you can't go back to say thank you to the sponsor, how do I expect you to thank a Nnakimera who makes sure that your bag is in order before you go to work? You wake up at 5. Here, get ready for me. You put us on media to watch you get ready. Change that ka eyeshadow. Smile the ka eyelash. You want money from there. Banange mwagala sente. Rota funye sente you saluka and you go around very annoyed. And even tell people, may I have money? Because you grew up in poverty. Poverty. Nainga checho kiria. Manyo ndabide yo mukamoli nze wa bulijjo sigenda kukyusa mnako. Tonsubira kukyuka mukwano. Ndi ku muzuli ate kati omuzuli gwe ndiko guli ku level ndala lwaki gulimu omutima oguwonye inner healing. Katonda yeka yasobola ogikuwa. Nze paini yange sijambaza wig, sijambaza makeup. Ebe nabibalekera nga webuzabuza. Nze sebuzabuza. Bamalaika nga bakasinza bonna diwanonenda ezo nyimbe z'omukwano nizimuluma basinga oli muliro tambula mu bantu bo daba omusayi gunaza olwo Katonda waggulu atanyomebwa atuula ku ntebe y'omusango lava okunyansa ebitabo mbalese zinwanye ekondere livuga amawanga Yesu gakaba lo olw'omugulu ne kunsi ne wansi wensi basinza olw'omugulu ne kunsi ne wansi wensi basinza oli mutukuvu Katonda w'amazima oli mutukuvu Katonda w'eggye oli mutukuvu Katonda w'amazima Hallelujah, forget. Don't dress your pain with clothes. You want to know that you're in pain? Let someone mention the name of someone who hurt you. I love the girls. Your pain when men use you, you're like, I am going to show him. You're going to show him what? You go to therapists who want to prove a point because they're also broken inside and they fail to get the right medicine. I don't need to go to a therapist. Most of the times therapists are sick. They got a problem and they're like, they're going to make money out of their problem. I hear you take me to a psycho to do what? A fellow psycho, you take me to a fellow psycho. Jesus will deal with me. And I don't want any other girl or boy to be treated like that, ever. I'll not sugarcoat it. I don't work in a bakery. Because if you don't mention a particular disease, you don't get the right diagnosis for the right medicine. I am tired of things repeating themselves. If something is reoccurring, there is a problem. And we are going to get a solution. And we are going to use the only book. I don't care which motivational speaker talks to you. They are also sick. They are private lives. You don't want to, Some of you have opened up the wing and you're telling us the reality of what is going on in your father's house, your mother's house. Which, and you're like, I don't care what people say and think. You have children. You have grandchildren. If that information is used the wrong way, everyone is not as strong as you are. And some of you are not strong. You're just pretenders. That's why you're not getting help. And you're continuing to rot. People have tried to help you. But you're like, I am strong. Mukwano, wearing a wig does not give us strength. Wearing makeup, you smell, touch up the face. I want you to come in camera without makeup. Without that wig. Give us the real deal. Most of you are having pain, but you've covered it with a wig. That is why you're becoming a problem in every society where you go to. You failed with the first man. You're going to fail with the second one, the third. The devil makes sure. Why? Because you're not wearing the truth. You go to the doctor, they diagnose. Taking medicine is your choice. We, the doctors, we here. I'll give you the diagnosis. I'll tell you the cause. Then I'll give you medication. It's up to you. And you have children, they become a result of their mother. They will end up like their father. Nonnefumiranze onyambanga nondavrakoze onyambanga tondeka kugwa onyambanga. Your kids are going to repeat the things your mother did when she was at their age. And then you start saying, Aunt, the children are still young. Well, the devil is using them. You get back your daughter, she's all raped. She's all destroyed inside. Then you wonder why she's not getting married. Because she's having sex with this man, the other man. Then those Bugalo circles, they are always in. And the devil keeps on getting a legal tender. And you're like, my girls are beautiful. Why aren't they get... Who wants to go with a prostitute? Your daughter became a prostitute out there. And when they get a man, they still get a man who is a user. The only way, and your fathers are in trouble. Girls tend to want to look for men who are like their fathers. Now, if your father does not know God, and your father has been a prisoner in the marriage. You know, there are some men, they have to prove a point to their family. And when a man has no money, there is no way out. They stay in the marriage. And they are like, They cannot even raise their voice to talk to you when you're rotting. Men die faster because of the problems they're subjected to in their homes. Because now mama is like, I have the money. You don't have. You cannot afford to buy anything at home. Before you know it, the man is sick. Pray for your brother, my friend. Pray for your husband. Pray for the father of your children. He went and impregnated somebody else. Now you have more power. You have his son and his daughter. Use them as a point of contact to reach out to his heart through prayer on the knees, not on Rugambo in those small circles of yours with the girls. Some of your friends are not your friends. After you talk about the man, they go back and tell the man everything. And also the boys do the same. You and your husband, you're the very people releasing your inside jokes and your inside marital issues that have failed. Before I failed in my failures, by the time I tell the people I have told my pain, they have walked a journey with me. I have friends who said, Esther, please wait upon God and you get a man. You're too pure to get a heartbreaker, a time waster. I have one who told me, Esther, don't get a Catholic man when you're saved. She does not want me to go through what she went through. She's like, Esther, that business of you're all the time, you're covering the money. She's like, please don't. You're not missing anything. Wait. Don't rush. I have people who are talking to me, advising me. Because I've never shared with the people I shared with my journey of relationship. I was even giving it in bits. I would not fully open up. Because there are some people I talked to, and when I got married, when they saw the man, the negative energy they sent is on another level. They sit there and say a lot of words. And I'm glad. Let me give this to you straight. You who pretend to be our friends and our prayer partners. I am glad. I am very glad that you only met that man at the wedding. The people I tell my pain. Yeah, I might have told you a few things here and there. But the people I tell my inside things, you're not next to them. I tested the water. You release dirty water. And you call yourself a prayer warrior. I know what it means to be a prayer warrior. I don't go around disrespecting the people I pray for. I don't. I don't use people's problems as a standing ground to grow tall. I stick there with them. We pray through it. I don't leave. When you want to get married, I stick there. When you have problems in your marriage, I stick there. We cry together. Have you ever heard me call your husband? There are some I tell I'll talk to them. When I look at your man and I weigh his thinking capacity, he's not worth my words. He's not. Why? He has met a lot of people who talk and yap. I'm a different breed of girls. That business of categorizing us, and you put us in those small circles. The kind of girls I work with, my inner circle, they're engineers. My inner circle. My inner circle comes from respectable homes. Those who are married, they're into their marriage with their husbands. They're not Facebook fanatics. They don't put their families on social media. They don't put their, I hear now I'm putting my podcast. That is not our life. Of bringing the camera in the bedroom. These are people who solve issues for the government. Who give answers. They are problem solvers. They are not marketers. The marketers I trust. They're on social media, but they don't put their private life. They don't just throw their kids in the wolves. Their kids are off boundaries. They don't use their kids as brand ambassadors because they have jobs that can sustain. Their men work. Their men have real jobs. And if they have businesses, they're too busy to just put on a camera and say anything just like that. And if they put on camera, they have jokes, yes. And they don't have they don't have big followings. But they influence things in the country. I didn't say that being a brand ambassador is bad. I'm telling you, your character needs to change. I don't want you to misunderstand me. I am getting you solutions to help your children. They are too innocent to be ripped apart. You've had people who say, I'm in the limelight, I don't bring my kids. I don't bring my husband. Some of us get married to such people. Our men don't want that lifestyle of being put out there. You put them out there and then what? Girls, you're the one who are throwing your men into the pots of rottenness. You have the power in that house because you're the one with the uterus. You don't need to prove a point anywhere. I hear we are here in women emancipation. Man, I hear we've gone to, what is women empowerment? I hear we want to show those men. You show them what? You are the helper. You raise that man because you have the power to push him out of a uterus. You give him the power to enter and put there something. Then you push it out, and that's how you multiply him. He needs a mother. If his mother is dead, you're the mother. God gave you the power through your uterus. You carry a flask. It's natural. Why would I prove a point? Many guys fear me. It is because my parents paid attention. When I'm at home, I'm a daughter. When mama calls, I say, Wanji nyabo, Wanji mama, Wanji tata, Wanji sevo, Wanji nyabo, and you go onto your knees. It's not a punishment. It was always a sign of respect. That is how they were raising and taming the children. To teach you how to respect other people. In the western part of my country, Uganda, they don't kneel the way we kneel completely. They fold one leg. I saw it when I went to Kasese. I happened to stay with people from Toro and people from the Vakonzo. And I happened to have family members from Toro Kingdom. When we go to Usoga, it's the same story. When I go to the West Nile, I have relatives. And I'm one person who has traveled in my country. I love culture. But when culture comes down to destroy, I take charge because I know the origin of the culture. When the missionaries came to Uganda, they did not come to take away what we had. They worked with what we have and improved it. They were surprised at how sharp we are. But the sharpness went on fading. Why? The way we feed, because we love copying and pasting and wanting to fit in societies. I don't fit. You don't like the way I do things? You're free to say, please go. I, Esther Solome, I know my place. I know my place. And I know my purpose in life. And those who have respected that are doing good in their businesses, their marriages, with their kids. When I start to parade people who are doing well because of me, home and away, you'll be shocked. But because people don't speak the truth, they shy away. I've warned many, and those who have listened are doing good in the US. Why did you call me? To advise you. Because there is something occurring. It's like a magnet. I've advised people from different countries. Someone asked me at work last year, and they're like, the kind of person you are, with all that, the way you talk, the way you sound, I don't want you to stop. And it's not only one. And they said, what are you doing in this place, in this work environment? Another friend of mine told another person, they're like, that girl is she's too intelligent. We don't know why she's even doing such a kind of work. Because you know, Ugandans, for them, it's about education and up there. They work up there. I just laughed. The journey is mine. Where I am, God sent me. The kind of job I do. Because that's where people who are in pain come. I love working with machines, trust me. Ata when are you going to quarrel with a machine? When? But when God puts gold inside, He wants people to have it before you die. Some people have told me, Esther, people are just using you. People are people. You come and use me. God created me and gave me things to give out. I don't run out. For you, you run out. That is why you have to hide. Because you're not the source. When you're taken to another land to start afresh, you can't handle. Me, I can start afresh, and I even go above and beyond. God has given it to us. I had to cultivate the presence of God. My first year in the country, I was not working. I was reading my Bible daily. I would go to David's tent It's in DC. Go sit, read the Bible. I have books. I would write, open my Bible, write things here and there. Sing, listen. I sit and listen to the birds because I love walking and seeing things. I love sightseeing. It did not start here. I used to walk with my dad. When we get annoyed, we love walking. By the time we come back, the fuel of anger is gone. We would walk with my dad. My dad can hike. He's ever walked from Nnakimera to Rosira prisons when one of his relatives was imprisoned. His auntie prepped food and told him to take it there. The person was imprisoned, political issues. So you're not the first one. So don't make noise for us. For them, they were not striking like you. Most of you are struggling because you break the law. They have given you the orders. Why is it that it's always your group that is doing the bad things? Can't you? Why is it that you're always caught up in the crossfires? You keep inciting violence. You keep breaking the law. They have said use this road. You want to use the other road. Why do you have to fight all the time? Why do you want to be unruly all the time and even proud of it? Who is losing? You go to court. There are rules that govern the court. You're not the in charge. As a prisoner, you're not the in charge. That's not... If you want to be the in charge, stay away from prison. Do things that don't break the law. They took you in when you have no crime. God will defend you. On God's side, you're not in good books. On man's side, you're not in good books. How do you want us to help you? We are busy sleeping. You're busy burning things outside, stealing people. Can't your leaders put you in check? When you cause violence and people die, which country? I want you to tell me. Which country, when you start striking and they don't put the army out, you ban things because you don't like this president, the other president, you think that's how they get power? You're sent to school, you don't go to school. Why? Why is your father impregnating every girl in the village? You cannot be giving birth to 20 kids and you cannot support them. As a man, you're supposed to be able to support your children before government kicks in. You cannot compare the US to an African country. You want things to change in Africa, you become the change. You don't bring change through violence. Even the Bible warns us. You want to be a better leader? I told you you want the seat. Attend the class. I am nothing in your eyes and it's your opinion. And you are entitled to your opinion. I just sit here and what I want I get. Whoever I want demoted is demoted. You see a banana. They're all bananas. You either look like this or like this. But they are both going to be eaten. What are you going to eat very fast? This one. These are all fruits. This has a seed. This has seeds. These, when you go, the first time I went to Dar es Salaam, in 2012, I went there because of school. We had an exchange program with the University of Dar es Salaam, and we went to Mlimani City. And they had oranges. Their oranges have nothing like acid. The type of oranges there, their oranges are too sweet. It means their soil removes the acidity. No seeds. I looked and I'm like, what kind of fruit is that? They said, Esther, it's an orange. I was like, which orange? Some of you are like that. This is a mandarin or a mangada. Back at home, ours have big seeds. These don't have. Their seeds are too tiny because of the kind of soil. It's the same thing with us. Your mother is different. Your father is different, but we have to work together. This is an avocado. I come from a ground, a home, where avocados, it's the in thing. Where my dad grew up from, there were avocados. We went to see his auntie, one of his aunties. She died the last born of my great-grandmother. She had avocados. They were long in size. Very sweet. When you cut it inside, it gives that yellow kind of look. It was... We got the seeds and we planted them. And we had a tree in the garden, in the compound of my dad's auntie. We were tendering their garden because my dad was a custodian. You're just a custodian to someone's thing. It is not yours. And when it is time to move, don't sulk. Move. Yes, they're going to give you an ultimatum to move. But if you're decapitated, what do? You have children. They've got to work hard. And they have to prioritize. But if someone is decapitated, the health-wise, how do you expect the children to? If they're working hard, do you know their jobs? Do you know what they're doing? They have to work hard, make sure there's food in the house, there is medication, which is not cheap. Ever since I started to work, it's all I do. So when you sit there and you say, I built for my father a house, what about his health? Building a house is easy. I have engineers in the family. I don't need any company to come I don't need to hire anyone. I already have. I stopped outsourcing because my friends don't have the right morals and they are half-baked in their things. How do I know? I used to audit your things and you don't comply. You don't have the right ingredients as an engineer. My engineers that I consult and outsource, they give quality standard work. I have engineers I can recommend. I met them in school. I don't give thieves work. Why? My name is online. I have architects. I have civil engineers. I have surveyors, plumbers, electricians. I have land valuers. When I outsource, when you find me giving you money for your service, I want quality. We big on quality where I come from. Quantity is not our thing. And if we want it, we can have it. But I'm not going to recommend you. And when I am recommending you to anyone, after your rottenness and immorality. I don't tell you that I recommended you. No. I did it because you have children. I love your children. I attended your wedding. I contributed to the success of that wedding. And the results are your children. And even if I didn't attend your wedding, when I found out that you're pregnant, and before you even got pregnant, I used to pray for my friends in school. Because I want to see greatness out of everyone. If they want to speak the truth, they'll speak it. When we know the truth, it sets us free. It's because I carry seeds. I am not like this. The seed is very important. Because I have something to use later. And a seed comes with a lot of uses. You're just good at makeup. You're not good at making dresses. I have people who are good with makeup. Makeup which is not going to bring that irritating thing. My skin is very sensitive. I have several makeup artists I can recommend. Most of your makeup artists that are good in the country, we went to the same universities. If I didn't study with her, I studied with her husband. For you, you've just met her through makeup. I recommend Serena Beauty. I've known them since 2004. Courtesy of Chambogo University. Her husband was my sole leader. One time I fell sick. I had had a long night the previous day. I got an allergy. He comes with his friend, Levy, to pick me up. We had a seed project to go clean the dining hall. They came to my room. They found me coiled in my bed. It was lunchtime. I had not eaten. I had swollen the entire night. They went to the dining and got me food. Lunchtime was almost done. Instead of going to clean, they had to go get me food. Then after getting me the food, I requested them to take me to the clinic to get DEXA. Because it was helping my body calm down. They normally give DEXA to people who are asthmatic to help them rest. I needed a pill to help me rest because there was no medication for the allergy I had. That came when I was 2 years of age. For you, you've just met people on social media, you're getting married, you're out, you're looking for somebody, this one, the other one, the other one. Some of us have walked a journey with these people. For you, you found them in social media. We attended class together. Andrew was, I was in my first year, he was in his third year as a civil engineer. He studied with some of my relatives. There is Tanga. Tanga was the cell leader. We had zonal leaders and all those things. You know how Watoto does their things. I would join anything that Christ is part of. Then we used to have prime time at Kakumba. When Watoto time is done on Wednesdays, then Kakumba is the in thing. When I cannot afford to go to my home church, Kakumba was the place. Then I would go to Miracle Center sometimes because there were those kabandoles. Then the other time, because Nambole was near, would go to Watoto, the West Campus, when it was in Nambole at a time. They rented something. Then later they built a tent. Do you know that I did some EIA where Watoto, it's not West, Watoto East. Do you know that I did some EIA work there? How would you know? There was a company below them, and was the guy dealing in making bricks. There was a guy who had bought that place next to Watoto East where they bought land. And first from Nambole, they bought land. After Nambole, in Chireka. I did a lot of work on that road in 2009 and 2010. How are you training your children? How are you teaching your children to interact with other people? Can your children meet those people you were with in school? Can you share the impact you caused in other people's lives, negative and positive? Because when you die, those two are going to follow you. Are you going to get the crown? When you die, I don't have the prayer, God to forgive you the wrongs you've done. You do it yourself when you're still breathing. And the Bible encourages us to apologize to people and also repent before the Lord. If you have a leader who is unapologetic, they're not only unapologetic in being happy, even when they cause pain in other people's lives, they're unapologetic. Someone told me some time back, they apologized to me for what? I smiled because they were exhibiting ignorance. Because they think they read the Bible. Unfortunately, you're not walking the talk. That's why when the devil attacks, you don't have any protection. Because you are friends with the devil. Us who don't want the devil in our camp, we will go and apologize. So that when I die, my garment is clean. That is Jeremiah 15. I do apologize to you because God is looking for me, not you. Because we have a covenant and we have work to do. The national matters, the international matters, to protect his people. But since you're not in the defense part of the story, don't you worry. Be happy. Protect them. Do you know the person who was thinking about a condom? Do you know what they were thinking about when they were making it? For you, you just know how to wear it. And they have even to push you around to wear it. Do you know what the person who invented the condom, do you know what they were thinking? Esther, it is just Now, you see, you're just a doctor, right? You work with what is there. When it comes to engineers, we are in the production level. We are in the production level. We know the ingredients. As a doctor, you don't know the ingredients. You have to read on the bottle. You are a pharmacist. You count tablets. You don't make them. Don't forget that. You're not the manufacturer. When I am the manufacturer, when it fails, it's taken back to the factory. So, to the engineers, to the doctors, continue diagnosing the problem. When you don't know the root cause, you have to ask me to tell you the root cause. You have to ask me. Why can't you just look at me and say, it is the flu? You need to know where it came from, what I ate. You have to follow back. Can you brag about God? To God, or can we do it for the rest of the day today? About God, the man I speak so highly of, that man can change your life from zero to hero in no time. He can take you from the grass to your grace in no time. He's a man of his word. Changing. He is strong on the rising. You brag about God, can we do it for the rest of the day today? We love. Hey! We love you. Can we love you? We love you. We love you. Love you. We 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 love you. Say yes. He can take you from the grass. Grant not time. Now for Judah. Changing. We brag about God. Can we do it from the rest? Oh, we love you. We love you. We love you. Oh, we love you. We love you. We love you. We love. Don't hide who you are anymore. Bring on what you have on the table and we see what to do with it. We brag about God. Can we do it for the rest? Whatever you're good in, people will not affirm you. There are people who are jealous. They're just going to fight. You want to listen to such lovely music? Go on YouTube channel and you put in Ntate Gabi. Ntate is Ntate. Kwagala. Give credit where it is due. That is how God raises us. Kwagala. Kwagala. If you're waiting for man to approve you, man has their children. Man has their own thing they want to front. Front yourself. It's okay. Give your story. There is someone it will help you out there. Kwagala. No kwagalanga. No one knows what you're going to be in future. Raise that child with the little you have. Teach them how to work hard. Teach that girl to work hard. Don't teach them that a girl is there to be given. Your child will be used like a rag. And they're going to be broken. Many girls are broken and women. And when you get broken, you put on that tough look. No, my friend, you're a broken pot. You're carrying that pain of that boy who ate your money. Kwagala, and used you and dumped you. It's because you started opening doors you were not supposed to open. That is why we are here, to help you and your children, so that you don't get to the level of 60 and you're still sulking about that man. You will learn to forgive that man. Pray for that man. Why? He's the father of your child. It will never change. Even when he raped you, God will deal with him. Ya abirina, azirina sente zoiga, Yesu azirina. Amulino mubezowe, nonya amulina. Now you're going to ask me, Esther, how do we handle such cases? That is why we have such classes. Pick what helps you. What doesn't help you, leave it. It's for somebody else. But if sitting on TikTok and watching people abusing each other, I salute. If we want the president to go, we become the change. If we think the president is not doing right, we show him. You don't need to vote me in power to come and show you the good you're supposed to do. I've already done it. If people cover it and don't appreciate and remember, I did it for my God. Dawe waruma. I want the president off. I stay at the altar. I don't need to abuse the president. Nah. I don't need to start rioting. I riot in the Lord. Ajirina. And we have riot. We have riot. We're gonna dance for Jesus. The youth, we are putting our energy into the dance and empowering ourselves as youth. Your church is not empowering the youth. You know where to go. You go to visit, then you go back to your church. You tell your pastor, but pastor, now you don't have anything for the youth. You just have the ghetto youth. The ghetto youth are crying. because they've evolved themselves in all the rottenness, because most of them don't have parents. They were non-parented. Some are orphans. Why are we having a lot of orphans? Who is generating the orphans? Are you buying them from South Sudan and bringing them? Why are we having a lot of orphans? Don't they have relatives? Why is it that when a man dies, his house dies too? What is the use of having a family? The only time you see the importance of the family when you're getting married, they are telling you now, oh, you have to go. I hear, ask a permission from your aunt to get married. Really? Esther, it is the culture thing. What has your aunt invested in you when you're growing up? You don't even know your auntie. Why? She fought with your father when they were growing up, and on top of that, they don't share the mother. They are also, it is the same story. Even in your father's house now. What happened to your aunties and your father is the same story. You're having it in the family where you get married. And the thing continues. Till where? Till where? Mama wote bamuwasa ne bamugattako omukazi omulala ne bamugattako omukazi omulala n'owokulala naawe oli mukyala namba 2 gy'oli weekaliza mu social media yenze mukyala yegwe mukyala akola ati essa yenze nina empeta owetawa tolina mpisa and you're boasting around that yegwe alina empeta owetawa tosobola golola saati toyina budde bwa mwami ozunga nabo ba corporate girls bakuyigiriza okugenda simanyi okola akabina simanyi okola amabeere kati byebifumba okyazunga ne kadiguriko ne bakuwaasa kizibu kubanga n'omusajja naye alina degree akutunulira bw'ati nga abasajja 6 be bakuyiseemu era naye bw'ajja waliwo yagamba nga nkutwala wanga sikwebaseeko ne mugamba noonya jjajjaawo nzo neebakeko ndekawo omanyi ebizze nga bitugoba ewaffe. If you can't wait, there are girls who are ready to have sex with you. We are very many. Tulinga butiko. Buli lunaku gena sangayo omulungi. Abadde atya. Esther tonnumya nnyo. Abo batonnumya nnyo. Mukwano nze ndi muwala wa ndagaano. Mikwano gyange be nagaana they sulked ne boogera bingi byabayamba bitya. Ne bagenda bamu nga bonoona erinnya lyange kukugaana kola ki kubawa constitution. Nomukanya gamba omuvubuka ng'avuma omuwala constitution yetukayanya. Kati I had to be the mature one. Mukwano, someone was telling me, Esther, nimuga mukwano. Nze gwoliko. Njigiriza balala butakola nsobi basoke babuze Mukama. Anything, I've never wanted to have an ex in my life. If I have an ex, they need to be there a while. We were not compatible. There are things I like. There are standards I like you don't carry. I'm very sorry. I am standardized. It's a bodmas. You can't handle the standard. You call it Rugezi, Waiziking. Because Jehovah standard did it. Don't sulk. Parents, teach your children. And some of the boys say, you have rejected me. I met one who told me, you have rejected me when I was at Caltech. And he said, you're going to the university, you're going to find someone else who is like me. I found his brother. That thing came back and it hit me and I laughed at myself. His brother quarreled for only 200 shillings. One time he comes to my room and he found one of my relatives who was seated on the bed and we're having a chat. He knocks and I was seated on my bed with my relative. My relative is very tall and very light, very handsome. This guy opens the door. He knocks, I say, come in. He opens the door. I looked up. He had brought, I think, some work. He had borrowed my handouts to go make copies. Then he had brought them back. He finds me on my bed with my cousin who was seated. His eyes were so shocked and surprised. Then I met him. We had some notes to pick and I didn't have money to print. I needed 200 shillings. I requested him. I studied with mature students. They had come back to upgrade. And when I requested him, he said, go and your men, they give you money. I looked at him and I'm like, 200 shillings. 200 shillings. I was always with my cousins and my friends I studied with said, Esther has many men. I come from a family with more men than girls, and I'm always surrounded by them. I have some photos with them when I came back, and I was the only girl on the team. I laughed my head off and I'm like, the boy child has a lot to learn. I told him it's okay. I told the photocopier man, please make me copies, I'll buy them when I get money. And I walked away. That is Esther. I'm not going to have sex with you because of 200 shillings. I look at the kids at the university. Yes, at the university they knew me. Those in higher classes and those... There is someone else who are with, we almost look alike. They knew us. Help your children. Isaiah chapter 11. I give you a bit of the journey and I give you the word of God, so that you also help your own children. Your children might not have the same privileges you have. Why would a rich man give birth to a daughter and they stay in Kololo and your daughter gets married to a man and they take them to Nakasongola? The wedding is so flashy, and when it is time to go home, the man tells you, we are going to Nakasongola. I built in Nakasongola. You don't have maids. You start to dig. I see girls quarrel. And I'm like, you met that man in town. No, boys, over the weekend. You find him wearing a Marks and Spencer. You find him wearing a Dolce and Gabbana. Them a big chain, them a big watch. You know, them T-shirt. Oh, Saturday is something else. I used to enjoy those things when I go to town. And I used to leave the university and go to town and see how people dress up. And I see the things that make girls be swept off their feet. And I'm like, people used to say that I minimize people. I don't. I knew what I wanted. I don't fit in your puzzle. It is so simple. I don't fit in the puzzle. I am not proud. I just know what I want. And I know who I am. That's how they raised me. To have the confidence. For you're struggling with inferiority complex. You think going to school is the confidence. You think getting married to a white person is the confidence. You think going abroad is the confidence. You got it wrong. You build the confidence of the child when they are still young to be able to stand and say no to the wrong things. You can't influence me into doing anything. I'll only accept because I love you. But I can't accept to start dressing up naked simply because the girls are doing that. I don't do those things. I hate uniformity. It hates boundaries. I need to know what fits my body. I thank God because my body is so picky also. It is very picky. Some of you want to alter us to look like you. I can't. I feel uncomfortable. I love doing things I want. That is how I was raised. But they tempt certain things that I don't lose my way through the word of God to help your children with it. And you'll have better results at the end of the day. So that your child does not look like a prisoner. The dress code, the earrings in the nose, the ears, the teeth. You're like him, but that is being cool. What do you mean? Are you a cool bar? You know a slave. That's how they used to look like, Bambi. They bind them. I'm not a prisoner. I'm a child of God. And you guys call it fashion. And some of you call dreads fashion. That's a prison thing. They had to find ways of coming out. Whoever started it copied the prisoners' way in slave trade. Because they were not showering. Some of you have very dirty dreads. Then some of you attached dreads to the water. Sweetie, you serve the Leviathan spirit because the slaves were put on water to move them from their countries when they didn't want. They were selling them off. Then you go and serve the spirit of the water, the marine spirit. It's what... Nekati, oh, how do you expect me to help you? It now became a style. One time I went to the salon. No, we went to eat with my cousin in Mutasa, Cafero building. And we sat next to one of the biggest salon that does dreads for women in town. That man was even given a full program on TV. That day the following day he was supposed to go to TV. We sat next to the restaurant. And I told my cousin, man, my hair. And he's like, hey, by the way, I love dreads. You go and they do dreads. When I got there, I changed my mind. Because they had to go to the lake to chant. I told him I'm not doing dreads. Let's just wash it. And I think we did cornrows and I left. And the place was packed with women. And the owner was supposed to go to the lake. They had to go to an altar at Lake Victoria. I was like, no. This is my head, this is my hair, this is my life. I'm superstitious. Let me be. They've attached dreads to the African thing. It's slave trade. They would stay and travel on ships. When they can't shower, they just pour water on them. And all the dirt, the sweat, you remember they are packed them like this? All the dirt. That is what you see in dreads. Then they had, when it started to be a style, they needed to look for ingredients. Jamaicans are good at it. That make the hair get stick together. It is the dirt. You need the dirt. Garangera Mukiseri Yaguntera wowe mumvumira Mazima lwakera Nalulagira nti lwangera Ebintu bikyuka Emimwa gy'abangi yagisirisa Ngaviriddeyo Katonda omutiza Nawalero njagala ndaba alina kyagamba Awo weyantera omukisa wakati w'ennyanja awo masekkati g'embuyaga yewewo weyantera omukisa wakati w'abangi benneenyinyaza masekkati g'embigambo yewewo weyantera omukisa Jagala olabeerero ky'omukisa guba gy'oli teri kintu kumenya mukisa guli bwerukera n'asiima nti lulera ebintu bikyuka. Isaiah 11. Katonda mutegera ensi n'ensi zikyuka kululwomu awo weyantera omukisa wakati w'ennyanja awo masekkati g'ebi yewewo weyantera omukisa wakati w'abangi benneenyinyaza After they shipped off the slaves, when they're going to sell you to your boss, they would shave your head. They used to give them numbers. Even in the book of Leviticus, it's also there. They pierce your ear by force and give you a number. Or they would get a hot machine and tattoo you. And you belong, and they put the tattoo of your slave master, their stamp. Some of you use Isaiah, is it 45? That he has written me on the palms of his hands. No, you just want to tattoo your body. Go ahead. The palms are for God, not us. But that is why you have a tattoo. That is a lame reason. Leviticus is warning us about tattoos. People who have tattoos, it's a prisoner's mentality. So that you don't run away from. And when you run, when they get you, you went back to, I hear that is something that brought us here. When are you going to let go of the prisoner's mentality, Africa? The times we are in is to win, not as a prisoner, as a king. It is time to wear the royal garment. You come from royalty. It is time to wear the lion. And this time round, it is the Lion of Judah. Let it roar. You're no longer a slave. Remove the chains. Let go. It is time to cut your hair. I'm not talking about the physical, because even if you cut it, the physical, the brain is still a problem. It is you to wipe it. You keep saying the whites don't love us. If we can fight the slave trade part of the story, and we go back and ask God to intervene so that you can forgive from deep down inside you. The problem is they don't apologize. That is why you also, when you hurt people, you don't apologize. Because your slave masters never apologized. Because it's all you know. You forgot where you come from. They took kids, they took women, they raped them. Your bloodline is a rape case. The pain that woman went through when they were raped. They carried the baby in pain. Then the 9 months of pushing you out. It comes with a child. The things you go through when you get the sex, how you have it. Then the child. The things as a woman you go through. Sex is supposed to be intimate. A marriage bed. A covenanted. I don't know how to help you. For you to understand these things. If a girl has sex when they're not married, when they're not with a man who is loving them back, and that man is there for sex, that is the beginning, and the beginning of problems. You have opened the door for the devil to enter very fast. This thing chases the devil. That even when you get problems in your marriage, God protects you and you overcome the two of you. And if you go with the wrong man, I don't know how to help you. I don't know how to help you. Parents, you say, the child is already mnage. It is time for them to relate with people. Then you don't monitor the kids. You leave them to do whatever they want. The kids are in their bedroom. The friend came to visit. They're in the bedroom. Whatever happens in the bedroom, you call it the privacy of the child. The privacy of the child is don't put the child in camera when they don't want. Don't kiss the child. The child is now 4, 5 years, 6 years. You're still kissing the child. You're teaching the child things you will not regret for the rest of your life. And mothers are like, my boy does not make mistakes. Let us see how far you go with that boy child. Let us see how you go far with that girl child. Because you are a result of your own decisions. Isaiah 11, then a shoot, the Messiah will spring from the stock of Jesse, David's father, and a branch from his roots will bear fruit. Then a shoot, in brackets the Messiah, will spring from a stock of Jesse, David's father, and a branch from his roots will bear fruit. And the Spirit of the Lord will rest on him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and strength, the Spirit of knowledge and of the reverential and obedient fear of the Lord. And he will delight in the fear of the Lord, and he will not judge by what his eyes see, nor make decisions by what his ears hear. Most of you have made decisions because of what your eyes are seeing, your physical eyes and your physical ears. You just hear one word like this and you run around like a headless chicken to destroy everything. When someone tells you something that so-and-so talked about you, first know what was the context. What were they talking about? And if you want to know, don't call to blame. Call to find out. And as you're listening, don't come in anger. They just told you things you were not there. Find out the truth before you conclude and throw out people when they are not in wrong. And when they're in wrong, you're old enough to sit on the table. You know what you want. Tell Esther, I heard this and this that you said. How true is it? Why did you say that? How was it? How did you come to that conclusion? How did it start? If Esther is mature, not old, mature enough to tell you the truth, immaturity cannot speak the truth. Immaturity will deny everything. Immaturity does not take full responsibility for their actions. Immaturity will hide and exhibit ignorance. So careful out there when you're being immature. Immaturity is destroying you. Maturity is accepting that you're in wrong and you apologize. I left you that message. I'll look for it and repost it. You can find it on my Instagram and you can find it on my Facebook wall. I sent it in your WhatsApp numbers and you deleted it. Esther, I changed my number. You send a lot of things and fill my box. What about the messages I receive about your teachings that run around? Do you buy me data or you buy me space on my phone? Let us be mature when we talk. As a leader, you want us to share your YouTube channels and everything. I hear Apostle, share with someone. Do you have a car and a ring? When it comes to your things, you want us to share your content. Do you have a car and a ring? Because sharing is car and a ring. You want us to share your things. You want us to come and attend your concerts. You want us to attend all the time. You're making sure that we are in attendance. And you're busy assuring us. It is what it works. Who told you that what you carry is what works? It's your mindset. That's how you see it. And when I look around, you're doing the same thing. You're all selling tomatoes. You're all selling a peanut. You're all selling peanut. Some of you are packaging it like this. Some of you are giving it to me in a paste form. To be bread spread. Some of you are giving it to me to make soup. And it's the only sauce that can hide anything at any time. You're selling the same thing. When are you selling coffee? When I look at the channels of Nigerians, they are also doing the same podcasts. But different countries, different accents. The Ghanaians, the same. When we come to the podcast of those in the UK, in the US, the same story. Why we even outsource, I don't know. Oh, we are having collaborations. Okay. I see. Collaboration. You're serving the same food, but different service stations. Some of you have added Royco, tomato Z, some have put onion Z, and everyone is convincing us. I have a variety to choose from. Some of you Chivulamu. Chivulamu mkwano. Now these ones who are trying comedy, Chivulamu. The lines are the same, the rhythm is the same, the tempo is the same, year in, year out. 20 years you have the same rhythm. You sound the same. All of the songs are having the same tempo. You're using the same beats. Now when we find a copycat, they reuse your beats. So come and help you, and you get some spirit of wisdom and knowledge and understanding. The spirit of counsel and strength, the spirit of knowledge and of the fear and of the reverential and obedient fear of the Lord. You need the Spirit of God to rest on you. Bezalel was the first engineer in the Bible. You're not the first civil engineer. You're not. God poured his spirit on him, and he learned things and he built things. For you, you just went to school. You're the same structural engineer. It is roads. You don't know anything to do with houses. You chose and specialized in roads. There are people who are all rounders. When it comes to houses, they're good. Infrastructure has a lot of things, but you need the Spirit of God. Jesus was the root, the shoot, a tree. This is where they get those things and put us. I hear you come from this tree in my tribe back home. That's where it comes from. You thought it was coming from where? Whoever started it, read the book. Now the missionaries came and added the value to it, value addition. So that you know a shoot? You know, let me give you an example of a banana plant. Those seedlings that are already, for them they plant shoots. You get it and uproot it and go plant it. They don't plant seeds when it comes to bananas. They plant the shoot. This you need a seed. Put it in the conducive environment and it's going to bring roots. Then put it in the ground and up. You don't need its seedlings. All you need is the seed. Seedlings is when they have grown and bring a shoot. Not a soot. We have soot. That is when your saucepan blackens, when it overburns. But the shoot, SHLD. And he will delight in the fear of the Lord, and he will not judge by what he sees. For you just see someone in the social media, that girl Bambi is mad. You heard words. The girl is running mad, bananke. Are you sure? Bambi, the girl is alone. Bambi, you see COVID has brought loneliness. You called my teachings madness, loneliness. I am looking for friends. My dear, the ones I have threw me out. I am one girl who makes friends. They left because of the gospel. They blocked me because of the gospel. They even fear to come and say thank you on their birthdays. I am the type who celebrates people. Before the gospel, of me sharing gospel in the WhatsApp groups and the near personal numbers, I am the favorite. Now seeing them liking anything on my page, it is like going to Rosita. Don't joke with us. I've been on Facebook since 2009. You've just come. Oh, they should give you the uniform, Bambi. They should give you the uniform, Mkwano, so that you are smart. They know my value. They know the capacity. They wonder how I even do it. Because for them, when someone annoys them, they close the door. That is them. My purpose as to why I was created is different from yours. I just started with you. My purpose is different. Those who thought they were using me, they made losses when they opened their mouth the wrong way. Hi, Esther Salome. If you don't get a blessing, you're going to walk away with a curse. Genesis chapter 12. I am a blessing, a source of... I don't just look for to be blessed. I become the blessing. I become the change I want to see. I become the source, because a source does not run dry. When that source, the beginning, the foundation is Christ. Me, I'm here to confirm and to confer long life upon your life. You have children. People who are abroad keep saying, someone told me, I am a citizen. And I was like, and no one can touch me. I told someone in 2015, you don't touch me and you go. You touch me the wrong way. It does not end there. I gave my life to Christ. I have served God. My parents have served God. Their parents have served God. Their grandparents have served God. If you can match up to the standard. They've served God in all capacities, in the 7 spheres. In family, in church, religion, whatever you call it, in government, education, media, entertainment, economics. Now it is our turn. What do we bring on the table? For you just stand there and shout. We are the people who bring the change, that make things happen in boardrooms. They don't stay in the boardroom. We take it out. I am that type of person who does things silently, and my family members get soaked because they don't pay attention to my progress. Because some of them came into the family and thought we the beggars. So they get so soaked, and some are in competition. That is why they chose to go to the shrine. Careful, I know everyone who has been in the shrine to see me fall. I know you. But me, I don't want to see your kids fall. I gave my life to Christ. I have a seed. And last year, some of you reported yourselves. I know everyone in my family who has been to the shrine. And some of you are terminating our progress. But I love you too much. But I told you, careful. because that house will catch fire one of these days. Because I know how the altar works. We'll call down the fire. Hope you're ready to see your mother, father, or your children on fire. We are kicking witchcraft out of Uganda, out of Africa. You're going to get things on merit. You're going to work hard. The way you tell us, you sit there and say, work hard, it's the work hard. I've worked hard my whole life. It's your children whom you have to call all the time. Kati mnange, my son needs a job. My daughter needs a job. That ain't moi. Why? Because the spirit of wisdom and knowledge was poured on us through Christ. Do it for your children. So before you judge anything using your ears and eyes, get the full report through the Spirit of God. He is the comforter. He is the judge. Inquire. John chapter 14 and verses 26. Before you make a mistake and embarrass yourself. Verses 4, but with righteousness and justice he will judge the poor and decide with fairness for the downtrodden of the earth, and he shall strike the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips he shall slay the wicked. But with righteousness and justice he will judge the poor and decide with fairness for the downtrodden of the earth, and he will strike the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips he shall slay the wicked. And righteousness will be the belt around his loins, and faithfulness the belt around his waist. I'm gonna stop there. I want you to be careful up there. As you're using your ears and your eyes for you to use your mouth, I want you to be careful. Because whatever comes out of that mouth, you're going to pay accountability for it. Its consequences will be on your head. And it will go for generations. A generation is 30 years. Hope you will be able to see the fruits of your seeds and enjoy the seeds. Because if you don't enjoy the fruits, your children should be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Good. Air, 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 G air, 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 air. Otherwise, I love you. Take care of yourselves and your children. Take care of everything God has put in your hands. May the Lord make you happy. May the Lord's face shine upon you. May the Lord encourage and comfort you. Oh, may the Lord remember you in all your endeavors. May the Lord bless the works of your hands. May the Lord love you. May your children be important in their nations. May your children bring change in a nation. May they be part of the change through the right channels. May you do things that cause God to protect you and your children. Whatever you touch, may it be blessed. As you go to your bed, some already in their beds. It's coming to midnight in Uganda. May the Lord talk to you at that prayer watch. You're oversleeping and the enemy is penetrating the camp to use you or your children, to use you or the father of the kids or the mother of the kids. You're going to have to give accountability for everything God has given you on earth. Whatever you're doing or your hand finds to do, do it with all your strength. Because when you die, that's it. You correct your mistakes when you're still breathing. There is no prayer. They are going to pray for you, for God to forgive you your sins when you're already dead. When you're dead, that is it. So it is time to mend and build bridges. It is time to apologize to people. It is time to correct your mistakes. I didn't tell you to go trust whoever broke your heart. I want you to forgive them so that God can forgive you too. That is why you pray a prayer of the Lord's Prayer in Matthew chapter 6. You want people to forgive you, but you cannot apologize. You've failed to recognize your mistakes because you're immature. And you're blaming it on other people. Enough of the blame game. Africa, you want to win. Stop blaming the missionaries. It is time to stand up to the standard. You are the king. You carry the kingdoms. Let that king rise up. Let that lion roar. But the right way. The blame game will not solve a problem. You're not forced into things anymore. That was in the old age, many years ago. Slave trade has been there. You guys are bringing it back on the table because you have the poverty mentality. I love you and I sign out. May the Lord's face shine upon you. May the Lord remember your endeavors. May the Lord bless everyone that is under your roof. Because the covenant he made with Abraham was for everyone. Abraham and everyone who was attached to him, including the foreigners. I sign out. Bye-bye.